New hollow map, infinite macro for anime adventures. Yep. Now this is what ruins a whole man's night. The stupid camera angle. Okay, so I was testing this out, the new macro, and I also found some other videos that checked out the whole infinite hollow map macro as well. They were doing Irwin and Stark with, you know, starting in the middle. Shout out to them, they actually gave me some ideas. But I wanted to think of, you know, more efficient ways to actually get this done. First of all, we got some pros, alright? Decent gems, EXP. And I'll talk about the cons here in a bit, and you'll see why this is not really recommended for those who are not good at the game or high level enough. But yeah, like I said, decent gems, and decent EXP, good amount of unit food and unit EXP, just because the candy is really good for feeding your units, and also they're used for evolving the new bleach characters as well. But chances to obtain capsules, of course, that's one of the main things about this macro that people really want to take advantage of, just because they do drop remnants, fruits, tickets, and shards, which is basically a whole farm. All right, this is really great for those if you're looking forward to it. Now the cons, alright, there's different angle changes, there's different bosses. Not having good units makes you lose. If you're not good, you're not good. Sorry, no offense, but you know, if you don't have good units, this might not be for you, alright? Marineford may be better, just because they'll be better for lower level people. But units I'm recommended, you know, Akainu, Uryu, Arima, Stark, Okiara, Bulma, Irwin, Dio. The reason why I actually put Uryu up here is just because we need hill units. Hill units are gonna be the main key to killing off most enemies in the game, for the hollow map at least. That's really difficult. So yeah, get either one of these two and you should be set. I chose Akainu just because he has insane damage, pretty big AoE, and long range, so that's why I like to use him. But some other factors is that, you know, slow Wi-Fi, slow loading speed may mess up your macro. You may end up loading in slower, and then your macro might have to start from there, and then don't work out. Also, it's very long compared to Marineford. Like I said, if you want more gems, EXP, etc., go for Marineford. But if you want some capsules but added on gems and EXP, go for this new macro. And this one is very long. I think my macro release is around 20 minutes, but this is because I go for extra rounds. You can stop around like wave 20 and then end at wave 25, and then that's around maybe like 15 minutes, 14 minutes, somewhere around there. So that's actually really easy. And then later on I'll get into the stats, but right now that's it, pros and cons. And yeah, let's get into the actual macro. So right here, this is a pre-recorded macro of me you know, just playing it out. I think I was eating at this time. But what you basically want to have is Tiny Task. If I didn't already say this, there's gonna be a download in the description. Go ahead and download it. Be careful about the ads. So you might want to, sorry, my bad, I just dropped some bottles. You might want to watch some videos on how to actually, you know, set up and put the hotkeys and continuous playback for Tiny Task. But just to guarantee that you're safe, if you do it, you know, this is gonna be great for you if you're playing anime adventures. Now, once you do have it, you want to go ahead and have a setup kind of like this. You could have his full screen or not, but you really just want to be in the servers and have a private server at the top, and then click join. By the way, you want to start recording at like a certain area. I like to put it right here, just so once I end the macro, I place it back at the end and then loop it. But basically I start right here and then I click join, and then I wait for the actual game to load up. And like I said, this is why Wi-Fi is a big factor, just because it might load in slower, might load in, you know, faster. Hopefully it's faster, because if it loads in slower, your macro will go without you, so that's gonna be a little annoying. I loaded in a little too slow, and look what happens. I'm all the way down here. Where am I going? Now this is a perfect load right here. So basically, once you join the game and once you're inside, you want to go ahead and click summon. So I've been seeing a lot of people do this, and a lot of people have been putting in the macro, and I did test it out. It does work. So basically, when you spawn around, you know, the actual spawn area, you might spawn left, right, top left, bottom left, etc., and you might be further away from the actual story mode door. Click summon, go ahead and run down, and then once you see a little area, little crossroads, yeah, right here, you want to go ahead and head to the left side, which is where the story mode is. Go ahead and run towards it. Don't hit any walls or hit anything, go inside the raid, etc. Just go ahead and head down, be careful where you're going, and then do a sharp left turn into the story mode area, and then into the machine. From here, as you can see, I did a little wiggle, I did a little wiggle. Hold up, let me show that again. As you can see, left, right, left, right, left, right. And that's because I always say this, sometimes you don't get inside the actual machine, and you might need to move left and right or jump up and down. So be careful, wait a little bit once you're actually in here, and also wait at the start, just to guarantee you're inside the game. But I like like to be efficient, so I don't really do that. But yeah, once you're in here, we go a couple times. You want to go and head over to the select world and use the in-game scroll wheel. If you use your mouse scroll wheel, it will not work and it'll break, so don't do that. I don't know why Tiny Task doesn't do it, or at least for me it doesn't do it, but yeah, don't do that. Use the scroll wheel and scroll down just like that and click Hollow World, start, or select and then start, since it's already on infinite. Now once you're loading in here, you want to wait until this little text pops up, and also the little boat start pops up as well, and you want to start heading to the left side and jumping and then holding W to go straight. The reason why I do this is because there's a barrier right here and it stops you from going even further, and this connects to the top left corner of the map. This allows you to go then right and then to the middle, where you could start spawn camping the enemies. So as you can see right here, I'm moving towards the left top left corner, and once I do hit it, which is at this pillar, I go to the right side and hit the bridge, since there is a wall right here. I keep going right until I go down into the front area so I could see the hill right here. And this is where angles come in you know, clutch. I'll show you at the end what a bad angle looks like, but basically this is what you really want to have. And once you have this angle set up, you could put your Kainus here, Dio at the front, Bulma right here, Erwin's right here to buff them, and yeah, I'll show you the setup. But basically after that, click yes, and then put Dio down just for the early defense, and Bulma for some little extra money. And then that extra money that you do gain from the start, you want to start placing down a Kainus or Uyu. But from then on out, I just start maxing out my Bulma left and right, keep maxing them out until I think the third or fourth upgrade, where I place down some more Dios, or I mean a Kainus, or not. I think I just do it right here. Alright, so wave 4, I just place down some Kainus to actually get that damage up, because like I said, air units are going to be menaces in this game. And I recommend also upgrading them once. If you do have a Kainu, upgrading them once, because it gives them around a 2k damage increase, I believe, which is going to be really useful, by the way. And yeah, then on there, you know, I placed down my Kisuke for the buff, and also my Erwins for the damage buff. So right there, 1, and then I place another one. I placed 2 just because you could do the Erwin alternate buff between only 2 Erwins. Basically, that's the most efficient way. And yeah, I don't immediately upgrade them right away, because I want to get my Bulma as much money as possible to get more upgrades on my units. But yeah, from right here, go ahead, keep upgrading them, and then you should be good to go to get all your money and to upgrade all your units. Once you do have a lot of money, upgrade your Kainus around like twice until the upgraded version, and then upgrade your Erwins as well to get that buff. But now what are they doing? Around like what, 2k? Yeah, they should be doing around 4k, 5k, somewhere around there. So that's an insta shot for the air units right there. But from there, I just gained my money up, max up my Bulma, and one mistake that I did get do early on is that I didn't max out my Dio to the time stop form. The reason why you want Dio is just because the time stop is going to be really useful. If you don't have Katakuri, or if you don't have All Might, Dio is a pretty good alternative. You know, he's cheap, and you could get him to time stop, which basically slows them down enough where you could get your kindness to do more damage and kills them. But yeah, from there I could skip a little bit. You know, my Erwins are, I'm still buffing them until, you know, the next waves where I could actually spend my money. But yeah, I keep upgrading my Erwins and my Kisuke's as well. This is the point where I actually get my Kisuke buff, and now the Akainus are doing crazy damage. You know, they're getting rid of everything. As you can see, nothing is getting out here at least. And I placed down another Erwin just because later on bosses will get passed. If you have bad luck, maybe you have a Coyote or a, you know, Hollow King, anything like that, or has second forms and summon stuff, it's gonna get pretty crazy. So you want some Erwins. Keep upgrading my people, getting some damage off, and start placing down some more Kisuke's, because if you have 3 Kisuke's down, you will have kind of like that Erwin effect, even though it's a little longer. But from here, you could actually stop at wave 25, you know, and start selling at wave 23 and end at wave 25, which would set this at a time of around 16 or 14 minutes. So that's a really good run right there. But also, the reason why I get to wave 30 is because, you know, I like even numbers. You know, wave 30 is pretty nice. That's when some bosses spawn, so it's probably a higher chance for the little secrets to spawn as well. But you can stop at wave 23. These secrets spawn anytime, but hey, I just like even numbers. Now, for a run that went horribly wrong is this one right here. As you can see, the angle, man, it just messes everything up. I start placing some goofy units in goofy spots. Dio is right here. No, he's supposed to be at the front. What are you doing? And Akainu's right here. And of course, yes, this will happen from time to time and it will get annoying, but it is what it is. You can't really do much about it. But yeah, that's it. Now let's look into the stats. This is just my stats, by the way. You might have faster stats, you might have slower stats, but this is at wave 30. So if you went to wave 25, this may be faster. Now, 20 minutes per macro run. There's around 3 runs per hour, and then I get around 127 gems, 50 player EXP, 2 to 8 candy, random amount of unit EXP, and capsules. This is the multiplied version per hour right there. I'm not gonna read it out because it might be too long. And now for the dailies, alright? 3 runs times the 24 hours, that's around 72 runs every day. These are all the multiplied stats right there. And by the way, this candy stat is honestly really crazy. 144 to 576 per day. By the way, this is counting without errors, so if you're really lucky, this is what my stats would look like. But yeah, this is pretty nuts right here. You could be doing this while you're at school. You could be doing this while you're working. That's why it's really great. But yeah, you really need to be on that grind for good units before you could actually, you know, start doing this macro. But that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed. Have fun farming, and good luck trying to set this up, because this is one of the harder farms to actually do. If you don't want to do this, there's other macros on the map as well where you only have to place Irwins and Starks down. But it is what it is at this point. And honestly, it's kind of late. I gotta do some homework, and yeah, I'll see you guys later, I guess.